Hello, good morning. Scary Champion, Psychic Medium. Um, Had an idea this morning at the risk of being what's the word? Castigated. That's the word. I'm going to give it to you. And you can do with it what you want. We're a product of how we were raised. So let's imagine for a minute that we weren't raised on planet Earth, that we come from the planet Oogle, way out billions and billions of miles away. And nothing separates us from each other. We're pretty much all oogles. We live on the planet Oogle. We all speak the same oogle language. We don't have 80 different dialects of something within a 50-mile range. We all speak the same oogle language. And we all learn the same oogle crap about oogle that all other ooglians, why did I have to pick that word? Anyway, you think they have politics up there? You think we would have politics if we lived on the planet Oogle? Probably in some form. You think we'd have religion? No, we all speak the same Oogle language. There's no barriers there. We're all raised studying the same history of Oogle. History of Oogle started whenever, and we evolved out of caves, and now we drive fancy cars. But we all speak the same Oogle language. We were all taught the same Oogle history of Oogle. All our neighbors are ooglians. They don't have any other groups around. You think we'd have politics? I don't know. It's an interesting question, though. Why would since we all speak the same language, we all know the same things, why would politics be pretty benign? You think we'd have religion? That's the question. Because here on Earth, we have 500 religions. Everyone thinks they're the religion, and all other religions are crap. And I'm not coming at this from a non-knowing standpoint. I spent a lot of time talking to preachers and churches and things, because early in my life I did a lot of work in them. And they'll proclaim that whatever thing they're thumping or selling is the only religion. And these guys that live down the street in that nice brick thing, they worship something different than us. They're not as good as we are. Think we'd have that on Oogle? Do you think Democrats and Republicans would even exist? Would there just be one party, and John Doe would run for it and we'd elect him because he's an Oogle like us? Why would we not elect him? He's raised like us. He knows all the same Oogle stuff that we know. No, it wouldn't. There'd be the Oogle religion. So one of the great strengths of the world is that we are diverse. One of the great weaknesses of the earth is that we're all diverse. We're not raised by the same groups of people. We're not taught the same things. In the beginning of time, people probably worshiped rocks and trees and grass and lightning and the moon, stars, sun, things that people did back then. So how are we ever going to get to anything? How are we ever going to get together? The video I made, I don't know when it was, last year, I said that we're going to have to leave the earth to save it. I believe that's absolutely true. That at some point, and it's not like Hawking says we're going to be struck by an asteroid, and I don't get that. He's playing a numbers game, figuring eventually something will hit us, as it has in the past, which may be true. I'm just saying that we're kind of using this place up. We don't seem to be thinking much about pollution or anything else. At some point, and it's in our nature anyway, that we're just going to venture out into the stars and establish new ooglian societies, carrying our own crap with us, that Republicans are better than Democrats, that this religion is better than that religion. I'm not going to name any religions, that they're better than these people over there. We're going to carry that with us out into space. I hope not, because if we do, we're going to have just as hard a time getting together out there, wanting to shoot each other and blaming each other for the ills of the world, threatening to drop bombs on each other. This is basically what we have here. But if we all spoke the same ooglian language and lived on the planet Oogle, and a common greeting would be oogle oogle, good morning to you, where would be what would there be to be angry about? Probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't have the anger and animosity we have because people are different. Instead of maybe taking the philosophy that people are different for a reason. They're raised differently. They're from different countries. The color of their skin is different. The way they speak, their accents are different. Their languages are different. And seeing that as an okay thing, you know, I think would be better able to handle what we're going to have to go out there and do. Until we can get together here, then I don't believe we can carry the anger and animosity and jealousy and all that, and tribal warfare, and my land is better land than yours. By the way, I want your land, so I'm going to kill you to get it. How are we going to go into space with that? Well, we're probably not going to fight over that too. Who's the only people that have ever put anybody in space on another planet? It's here. We're the only people who do it consistently. Do you think they hate us for it? Yeah. I think they do. I think they resent. I think they have jealousy. But if we had done it together, instead of, it was a race, that's what it was, between us and them, to see who could do it first, because we're better than them, because that's who we are. Had we done it together, had we had a group of people from all countries who pooled their money, built ships, and learned the technology and launched it into space, you think that might have been a better idea, that we would share in this? Or do you think we'd be clubbing each other with, or shooting each other with space lasers to once we got there, to claim the planet for whatever tribe we're from? What we have is tribal warfare. It's always simmering beneath the surface, whether that's what you believe or not. I'm better than you, my religion's better than you, my politics are better than yours. I believe this way, mostly because that's the way you were raised. You didn't come upon this accidentally. Your mom and daddy sat around the dinner table talking about how those evil people over there. That's what you learned. Indoctrination. Is it true? Probably not a word of it. We have a chance as countries to hold hands and go into space together and survive and exist and help each other through the world. I know it's a simplistic thing. I just had the thought this morning. So maybe this is something we can imagine. Maybe this isn't something we can do, but we can imagine it. And if we can imagine it, or think about it, or even talk about it, that's one step closer to it than we are now. So maybe what I'm asking you to do is to imagine that we could all hold hands, throw away all the tribal crap, all the religious stuff, all the political stuff that make us different, and see that as a positive thing, because diversity is what we're about. That's the reason cousins can't marry. Children won't reproduce because their genetics are too close together. So we need diversities to survive as a species. It's basically what happens. So diversity is a good thing. Maybe all these different religions aren't a problem at all. Shouldn't be. America, you have a right to believe what you want to believe, regardless of what anybody else tells you or what they, you know, they distort that to mean whatever, that you need to believe what we believe because we're the true whatever. Ooglians don't have that problem. They believe the same thing. So maybe we can't have that because it's too late for that. Maybe what we can have is a world where I accept that whoever you are, I'm okay with it. If you wear funny hats that spin around on the top and your skin is green, what do I care? If you show up for work and do a good job, what do I care? If we get along, if we like each other on some level, what do I care? Truth is, I don't care. It's a strange little video, I know. I'm sorry about it, but it's kind of what I was thinking this morning. So I'm actually rewriting a book that was written several months ago that I never published along these lines. So since I was reviewing it and editing it, I thought it just kind of sprung out on me. Sorry about that. It won't ever happen again. Gary Champion, no fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.